transpired in the city. Now, there are social networks. All of us, we've got phones. We read here on social networks. There was a voice note which was circulated. That voice note says, go and loot all shops in malls everywhere. Once you are done with that looting, go to Indian areas. It's not me saying that, I'm saying the court says that. Go to Indian communities. Go there and kill Indians and burn their houses. Go to white areas. Go there once you are done with looting. Go there and kill white community. Then and burn their houses. Then that call has landed to our ears. Then now the community started to fear for their own lives. In hearing that, they started to put initiatives in place. How are we going to protect our lives? Because this thing is going to happen. Not that they haven't seen incidents. They've already observed incidents happening. That this thing is coming. That means it's true. They mobilize themselves, private security companies, community members. Even myself, because as a mayor, I've been stopped in this city. I had to explain myself. I'm just an ordinary citizen. I'm going to that house because of 1, 2, 3. But does that responsibility lies with community members and the safety community structures, or it lies with the police to conduct roadblocks? Then the answer to that is only the police who are allowed to conduct roadblocks in South Africa. It can't be us as community members. Only the police. Now, but why they are doing this? Because there is fear. They've heard these messages. They think that police are not seen around, so therefore we must mobilize ourselves and fight for our property, defend our property, and defend our lives. But in doing that, some of them have committed crime. It's a noble goal. There's no one, because the right of association is provided in the Constitution. We can meet because sibe bathathu sivikele ikhaya lapha ngasendlini yebukhosi bakithi emaqadeni. We have the constitutional right to do that. But what becomes wrong is when we start putting a race card in that. So therefore, when an African comes, is the one who must be scrutinized. When another racial group comes, no, you can pass. It's when we say the shops can only serve those of a particular color, not the others. That's where things then went wrong. It's where when you have a fear, you suspect everything that comes before your eyes. Everything that comes before your eyes, but with a racial face. That this is an African, so that means when you come to Phoenix, to Verulam, you are here to loot. But forgetting that people of Amawoti, people of Amawotana, Buffalo's Dry, and many other areas, those committees are working here in Verulam. And some of them, they saw it important to risk their lives to come at work because they need to feed their children. But some of those who became victims are such people who did not come here to loot and to come here and do something, but because we suspect everything that, hey, it might be those people who said you must be killed. Let's act fast. That's what has transpired. We are not condoning the behavior of other people that have been coming to areas, burning shops, doing that. That must be condemned with its strongest terms. But we can't allow ourselves to be divided in race, on racial basis. Why should they allow apartheid to come back? It's only apartheid most, which says you are white, you are an Indian, you are an African, you are a colored, you are everything. So it's only apartheid that did that to us. So we must reject that notion because it is a demonic pandemic that will live with us forever if we allow it to find expression in our communities. We must fight it by all means, reject it. When I see you, I must see my brother, I must see my sister, I must see my mother, I must see my father. I must not see a color in you. I must see a South African. I must see a Durbanite, a person who belongs here in this city. Because Durban, eThekwini belongs to all who live in it. So now discrimination must be rooted out, especially the pandemic of racism. Now we are here to source your views. But your views should be based on the way forward, what needs to be done from today, moving forward, to root out the scourge in our communities. Now, those who persist to make the call to release President Zuma, we are urging them to make that call, but respecting the laws of this country. Because it's a call that they believe they are correct to raise. Mina ke Nkosi yesizwe angiyona indoda eshendezayo. As a mayor nje, as a member nje emphakathi, nami ngiyamsekela umsholozi. Now, why should I be shy to tell you I support Msholozi? I support him. What is wrong with that? And when I write to my page, my personal page, and say I support Msholozi, Msholozi is us, and we are Msholozi. Release Msholozi. What is wrong with that? Am I inciting violence? It's my right. Why do I not have right because I'm a mayor? I have a right, constitutional right. But I must protect the other rights of others who do not feel the way I feel. And I must respect that right. It's their own right, constitutional right, freedom of expression. Now some of our colleagues here are saying I'm inciting violence. It's because it happened that the call which I was also supporting, now some criminal elements of occupied the space, they want to pursue their interest, things are happening this way, that means the mayor has incited violence. There's no such. And I can't be neutral. If you are forcing me to be neutral, I'd rather leave the seat of being the mayor. I can't be neutral. Can't be neutral. Even judges are not neutral. Can't be neutral. But when I execute my responsibilities, I can't put my political card. I must service everybody equally. That is my right. But now to be judged by people and say you are inciting violence, no. Because if you keep quiet or I keep quiet, tomorrow this thing will happen to you or it will happen to me. But you are not promoting corruption. He has followed all the rights, things, legal things, to challenge things, then let's allow him to do that. Let's await the Concord to decide. But as a mayor, when I go and address people who are angry, who are demanding his release, and say, please calm down. The question that they raised with me, and the answer which I do not have, is Msholozi going to be released or not? We don't know that. So that's what they demand. They are saying you are a leader. Some of them, they think that the mayor can just go to president and say to president and the premier release Msholozi, and Msholozi get released. No, it's legal framework that would be followed. There are legalities in all these things. But I'm not here as a PEC member or provincial executive member of the ANC. I'm here as a mayor. I was just giving you some view because I know there are opportunities to have who told you that I've incited violence, of which I've not done. Now, we need to unite. The call we are making today, it will yield positive results tomorrow. Once we remove all these barricades, remove the blockages in the roads, we work together with the police, the messaging, those leaders, there are councillors here who are leading these areas where people come from, and those who are leading here in Verulam, those leaders will go from this meeting and ensure that they send the positive message to the community. Let us unite. That's what we are expecting. Not to allow looting, not to allow criminality and all of that. Police have got to arrest those who are looting. But notwithstanding the fact that our economy still has got some economic fault lines. Part of those fault lines is that the majority of people who are here in South Africa are the ones who are unemployed. Those who are at the helm of the economy, they are the minority. Is there a contradiction there? Yes, there's contradiction. Because there's no economy which can emerge and work better and grow and work better for its own people when the majority is out of economy. But it's our responsibility as leaders to change that situation. It's not for people to judge themselves, to say, well, now you are rich, so we must burn your things. Because you are rich and poor, we must come and burn your things. No, we can't allow that. But we need to address that question, because that question still remains, persists in the society. And if we do not address it, it's still going to cause us a lot of troubles. So we need to address that. There's no question about it. But we need your views, colleagues. What needs to be done? Police alone can't resolve this mess. I hear people saying we must add numbers, we must have SANDF. I promise you, even if we can have a police officer in each and every house of ours here, it won't resolve this matter. So we need to influence people, how they think, change the